kids, welcome to Terry on Tuesday. Coming to you here from the kitchen of creation. Everything is dark and cold, hence being wrapped up, and no, I'm not putting my central heating on yet. Are you crazy? I live in the UK. Put the central heating on for 2 seconds, you get hit with a bill of £1 billion. Anyway, as you can see, I've got a couple of things on the go. We have Cyber Bonds, which is just a personal project. Just a little one of those cheap voice changer helmets that I've cleaned out the eyes and added a load of scratches and dings and stuff to him, cut the back section off because it's going to be a wall mounted thing just for me, just for a bit of fun. But if you want to see how that's going, just check my Instagram because I'm not going to do a video about it. Obviously you see baby Groot here, the Grootmobile. He's in his pot with the flames on the sides, and this week is the final part where I actually put him, the pot that is, onto the remote control car. I'm not doing that in this video, but you'll see all this on my Instagram. I'm, as you probably guessed, I'm probably not doing a lot of builds and make videos in recent times because it just takes too long and I don't have the time, to be honest. Another thing that I don't have the time for is something that is really exciting for me, which is Bloody Students, which is my film. If you're new to the channel, hello. No, basically Bloody Students is my second feature film after Off-World, which I will have an update on next week, hopefully. But basically Bloody Students tells the tale of a bunch of students, as you can imagine, who get locked in a museum at night and have to fight off revived ancient Egyptian mummies. What's not to like? Anyway, the exciting news about that is that yesterday, being Sunday, I went for a long walk, knackered my dodgy knee, but I went to have a look around, a video coming up here by the way, a hall that I used to go to when I was a teenager. It was the local community centre hall, village hall, whatever you want to call it, and I thought, well, instead of blowing the best part of 20 grand, which we don't have, by the way, on hiring a very expensive location who won't budge on their prices, why not hire a more inexpensive, affordable place and build some sets within it? So I've been speaking to the owners of this hall, or the managers at least, and they've been really cool with me, showed me around a couple of times and showed me all extra stuff, including the rooms that you see on the vid there. The extra rooms that I didn't even know existed, really. I never saw them when I was a kid. Last time I set foot in that place was 10 years ago. Looks like we're shooting there. Now, again, very excited, more video here. I've already put up my 2023 wall planner. For the last, over 10 years, I've been I orchestrate my entire life with a wall planner. I can't live without them. I need a visual instant, oh, that's what's going on. Because I can't, a lot of people are great at this. They go, oh, next Tuesday I'm doing this. I can't do that. I need to look at something on the wall and go, how many weeks away is that? All that kind of stuff. Make my notes and all that. It's like a mini diary come life planner, you know. So the exciting thing about Bloody Students is now we have a hall. Now we have a date, or a set of dates, which is going to be the first 3 weeks of September next year. That gives me and the cast a definite thing to aim for in terms of building sets, raising money, etc. And in turn for the cast, in terms of making sure they're available to film those dates. So far we've had no one in the cast pull out. Here's the cast, the main cast anyway. They're all awesome people and really talented as well. I really hope, this is a bit of a disclaimer, I really hope that everyone can find a way of wangling the time off from their day jobs or whatever to make these dates, because I don't want to recast anyone. You know, I've got my wish list, I've got my dream team, as it were, and I really hope everyone can stay on board. But I know sometimes these things are completely unavoidable, and if I was to move the dates to accommodate someone who could make it on a certain date, other actors might not be able to make those dates. So you see, it's always like this. This is partly why we shot Offworld in 6 days, because trying to get 10 or 13 cast and, you know, a crew of about 10 or 12 together for 1 week was hard enough. Anyway, very exciting, very exciting. Also very, very terrifying. I'll tell you now, I'm not a genius director. Look, I'm not even a director. I don't see myself as a very good director. I don't see myself as really a director. I'm just a young guy, I'm just an old young guy who just wants to make a fun film to prove to myself and others, but mostly myself, that I can do something that I'm proud of and make something that I'm proud of. I'm doing my best with a little bit of money and a lot of help and a lot of goodwill. And if you have seen me banging on about this film for the last year, because, hey, Halloween was when we announced it last year. That was my idea. I had a rough storyline then, and I had a rough idea of about 2 actors who I wanted to be in it, who are in the cast. That's Jeff and Mandy. Yeah, that was a year ago. Where are we now? Well, quite far down the line. I'm just about to finish the 5th draft, which I think is a little shorter, a little pacier, and hopefully a little funnier. Makes a bit more sense of tying up sort of loose ends and stuff. And we've done a little bit of fundraising. We've got enough. The good thing is we've got enough money in the kitty already to hire that location, which is great. Now we just need to find money to pay the actors, do all the costumes and special effects, pay the crew, you know, cameraman, sound, makeup artist, special effects people, editing, and all that kind of thing. But I'm sort of scaling things down in terms of prices, because originally I thought I'd do it on a shoestring, and you can't do it really on a shoestring. So then I thought I'm just going to go for it and get for like 75 grand. And unless a miracle happens in the next 10 months, you'll have to bear with me. Boosh! Apologies for that. I decided to cut. The buzzing in the background was my neighbour, bless him, who's got a crazed obsession with a leaf blower, because we live in a place where there are leaves everywhere. So anyway, now that's done. Where was I? I forget where I was. I was talking about bloody students, I think, being all systems go kind of thing. We need to raise money now. Like I said, if you've followed me banging on about this for a year, you'll know I'm super excited about it. Unless any major miracles happen, we're not going to get a very big budget. It'll be big enough, I think, it'll be realistic enough to make the film I want to make. Of course, if I had a load of money dropped in somehow, or as some sort of, I can't get loans, by the way, I would if I could. But if we had, you know, a big budget, we can make an amazing film, but we don't have a big budget, so we'll make the best film we can. That's all you can do, right? But I think it's going to be reasonably good. Like I say, we've got a good cast. It doesn't cost anything to find decent actors, although I do plan on paying them. It doesn't cost anything to write a good script. You just got to spend time on it, and I think I have. And I've learned so much in the last 6 years since I did my first film. And I think it's going to be, again, another interesting learning process. It's going to be great fun. I've planned out the first 3 weeks of September now. So it does fill me with a bit of fear, because I know there's a lot I've got to do. And because I don't have the funds to pay people from now until September to help me do stuff, you know, organisation, going around looking at, you know, sets and locations and building things, and I've got to do a lot of this myself. I'm a one-man band, and my head is currently aching almost on a daily basis with the amount of stuff I've got to do on top of day job and, you know, living. But whinge over. You may remember last week I talked about something called the experiment. What is the experiment? Well, put very simply, so you can actually skip away if you're bored already, it's a diet. I'm not in ridiculously bad shape, although I am pretty unhealthy. I'm not ridiculously overweight, although I am slightly overweight, and I do have this cannonball down here. And the last time I actually did a fitness regime, in fact, a few videos back, about a year ago, I was attempting, and I did drop to about 12 stone 1, something like that, which wasn't too bad. Still had this. This ain't going nowhere. But then a couple of years before that, I dropped down to 10 stone. There's a photo there. Look how thin I looked. Some people said I looked too thin, but guess what? I didn't even notice it, and I still had this. So I think this ain't gonna go away, but I'm gonna attempt to eat a little healthier. Now, I had this, not epiphany really, it doesn't count as an epiphany if you read it on Instagram, but basically I saw an Instagram post that said, every molecule in your body, this is common sense by the way, it's nothing deep, every molecule in your body is made up of the food you eat. It's true, right? So you eat crap, you turn into crap, and I'm living proof. So I'm going to do what I call the experiment, which is for today, being Tuesday as you're watching this, for 30 days of November, I'm going to radically change the way I eat. Now, it's not going to be cooking low-calorie stuff and following some keto, Atkins, whatever diet. It's just going to be me cutting out, because if you live with me, and let's face it, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. If you live with me, you'd see the amount of junk that I eat. High in salt, high in sugar, high in fat, takeaway, lots of takeaways. I live on a crossroads. And the crossroads, across the road from me is a Chinese, and across the road from that is a kebab shop, and across the road from that is a chicken shop, and across the road from that is a chippy, and there's other Indian takeaways as well there. It's all convenient food, and I love it. I love it to death. This week alone, I've had two Chinese takeaways, a kebab, and I think I've had chips on like 4 of the days, just from a chip shop. And I love it, right? But I can't keep on like this, especially going back to the film. If I've got to find the energy to shoot for 3 weeks solidly, or actually build for 1 week and shoot for 2 weeks, and occasional extra exterior shoots, I'm going to need energy, right? So I thought, what I'm going to do is basically try my best to exist on, I know it's willpower, I know it's like no one's got a gun to my head, which is probably what I would need actually to go on a proper diet, is a gun to my head. Some sort of saw arrangement where as soon as I eat, junk food, but no, I'm going to exist almost entirely on fruit and veg. That's it. There's a couple of extra things on top of this. I'm going to cut down the amount of coffees I have, because I do a lot of coffee. I'm going to stick to things like orange juice, apple juice, water. Water's my favourite drink anyway, so that's not too bad. I don't drink a lot of alcohol anyway, so that's not going to be a problem, but I'll try and stop alcohol for a month. So no sneaky, drops of rum here and there, sorry. But no, I'm going to probably have eggs. If I have meat, it will be most probably chicken, not fried chicken, swimming in fat. It would be like chicken breast kind of thing, something that's reasonably low in fat. And am I going to work out? Probably not. I've got a cross trainer machine in there, which is looking at me like, dude, you bought me. Why aren't you using me? I know, right? I'm going to do a bit more walking. I am a very sedentary person. I spend all my time, as you can guess, sitting on my arse at the computer, doing my job, obviously, watching TV, my TV is YouTube and DVDs, and, just social media and spending my time sitting and not moving around very much. Yesterday, I walked a mile and a mile back to see the location, and cool, that was odd. Just walking a mile, 2 miles. But let's see what happens. So I'm going to weigh myself, and we're going to edit in here. So that's how much I currently weigh. And I've done this before, and everyone's like, no, he's never going to stick to it. But again, it's a willpower thing. My willpower is not amazing. It's not terrible. I mean, I can save money and I can put my mind to certain things. I mean, I've been crafting a motion picture for the last year, single-handedly basically, and I'm still doing that. I'm still excited about it. But no, the willpower when it comes to diet and exercise, not great. So that's how much I weigh currently, and that'll be my marker. Being 1st of November, I weigh that much, and we're going to see in 30 days time, no, in 30 days of September, April, June and November, yeah, 30 days. So in 30 days, we'll see how much I weigh. No, my luck, I'll probably weigh more. But I do have Liverpool Comic Con coming up, hopefully. Still a little bit up in the air whether we can get there or not, but if I can lose any weight in time for the 19th of November, it says there, on my wall planner, my other wall planner, you know, I've got to wear the Marvin suit, which is big enough for me to fit in as I am now, but to lose a couple of pounds might make me healthier and give me a bit more energy. So that's the experiment. Can I subsist on 0 pizzas, 0 takeaways, 0 chicken, you know, fried chicken, 0 burgers and stuff? 0 bread. I'm cutting out bread. I used to be good at that. I did about 8 years without bread and I didn't miss it. But now, because it's cheap, I buy a lot of bread. Bread is stodgy and everyone knows bread's the devil. So yeah, it's going to be eggs, veg, fruit, water, nuts, meat. I like nuts. I'm not going to get super salty nuts. You know, I'll probably just get like the monkey nuts so they're not salted, etc. But I do like nuts and they're good for you. Yeah, so yeah, me being of sound mind kind of. Right now, in 30 days time, I'll either be healthier and happier and slightly more sane, or I'll be completely broken as a person. Tune in to find out. Anyway, I've talked enough this week. If you are able to and willing, and you like the idea of Bloody Students, the movie, there's a link below where you can find out a little bit more. And also, we currently have a coffee account set up, which is basically PayPal. So you just click on it and you can make a donation, which doesn't take anything out. They don't take any fees. The amount you donate goes into the film budget. That would be cool if you could do that. Thank you in advance if you can. And later on in the new year, I'll be probably doing a Indiegogo campaign to raise money properly. But I will say now that any donations we get now, like I said, 100% of it goes into the film budget. But when you do a crowdfunding using Kickstarter or Indiegogo, they do take a small fee. So it would be better if we made all our money through the Ko-fi. Do I call it Ko-fi? Coffee. K-O-F-I. It's coffee because the whole thing is buy someone a coffee. If you buy me a coffee, then just give me the money instead. That's how they work it. Anyway, talk too long. Be back next week with probably some footage of how Groupmobile turned out. Again, you can also find me on Instagram. And maybe a little bit more on Cyber Bonds up there. And we will be a week into the experiment. So we'll find out how that goes. So, from me, Terry, and him, I am Groot. Take care now. Bye-bye then.